Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 14 of your Quebec Nordiques franchise mode, as we are back after a 10-day hiatus. The Quebec Nordiques are back, we're ready to go, and I'm excited, man. This is going to be a very, very big time for the Quebec Nordiques. A Stanley Cup decision making team that we're going to be making in today's episode. So it's going to be a very big episode for the Quebec Nordiques. We're going to be making a lot of decisions. And just to let you guys know, I will be uploading every day from here until now, until like next year, probably, hopefully. I can stay on that schedule as, I don't really got any more school going, and right now there's nothing to do other than make videos and stuff like that. So I will be all your needs for your coronavirus and self-quarantine needs. I had to watch a full deck of series, as I'm going to also be starting up MLB The Show series here very soon once I get paid and I am able to buy the games, which should be in 5 days. So be ready for a new MLB The Show series, which I'm really excited to bring back. But let's stop babbling on. Let's get on to the very big episode that we got with the Quebec Nordiques. As we got a very good team looking for the Quebec Nordiques already coming up. We had Kristopher Letang jump up, as he just had a fantastic season. I mean, this guy was all over the place. 26 goals, 29 assists, 55 points. I mean, this guy has been consistent every single season for the Quebec Nordiques. He's been great. So I'm really happy to keep this guy and that he's improving and becoming a big second-line player for the Quebec Nordiques. So he's going to be a big guy that we look at for this upcoming season. So Patrice Bergeron, we all know as well, he's probably going to drop down. He's not going to be as great of a centerman as we're going to need him to be, which is the reason why we're going to be making a trade in today's episode. Vitaly Visnovsky, I love this guy. He's been a great player for us, but as we can see, he is a goal-scoring type, a two-way forward. He's playing very well defensively, and we've seen that since day one, that this guy can shut things down pretty well defensively. He does a great job, but for me, we already have a Cali Dance, we have a Dylan Dubé, we have a Kasperi Kapanen, we already have a plenty of two-way forwards, and I feel like we can get rid of one guy to pick up a guy that can play on our team for a long time and be that first-line centerman for the team. Now, there wasn't very much in free agents, and I mean, unless you really wanted to dip down in free agents to go grab somebody, there wasn't really anybody. You'd be looking at like a Evgeny Malkin, but I was like, fuck no, I really don't want to pick up an old player once again that might drop a lower overall as well. I was already fine with Patrice Bergeron. We knew that for a fact. I was not going to go after anybody else. So I do have a trade offer that we're going to be making. I just want to pop up the list of no movement clauses and stuff like that, since I haven't played the game in a while. So we only really can't trade Binnington, Brodin, Bergeron, McDonagh if it's a playoff team, and we could trade Fleury very soon. So, I mean, only this 1 year. So, the team that I was looking at, and the only team, I mean, there wasn't very many teams that were, like, looking to trade unless you were to go after the Nashville Predators. But they really didn't have anybody. Like, Matt Duchene, sure. But I mean, you weren't looking at somebody that was nice and young that could play on the team for a little bit, help out Cole Perfetta, get into a position where he could take over the first line. And Detroit had that player. That was my boy Dylan Larkin. He's making 9.7 for the next 2 years, which is pretty cheap and not that bad of a contract if you ask me. We are going to be hiring a new coach anyway, so Alexander Days' opinion on Dylan Larkin won't really matter. We're going to find a nice head coach for the team, which already kind of have lined up, and this guy is pretty speedy, right? And that's the type of player that we're going to look at. Yes, the past 2 years he's been struggling, but he's playing with a shitty Detroit Red Wings team. Look what he did when there was like barely anybody on the team. He had a 90-point season. So I feel like Dylan Larkin could be a very, very big, huge centerman for the team and be a guy. Like, I mean, look at the defensive stats. Look at that. 159 takeaways to 48 giveaways. This is a solid defensive player, and he's going to be a huge acquisition for the Quebec Nordiques, I feel. So the guy that we're going to trade away is Vitaly Visnovsky, and let me just take a water break because my voice is raspy as shit. My setup is like entirely different now, so if you guys hear like a different echo or whatever, or how I'm sitting weird, it's just I have really no setup. I'm legit just putting my mic on top of my laptop in my bed so I can record this video. So sorry guys for the ghetto setup and stuff like that, but you got to do what you got to do. So here it is. Vitaly Vishnowsky for Dylan Larkin. It will practically be straight up. We're just going to be retaining $3 million of Dylan Larkin's contract, because to me, I really don't want to be paying this guy $9 million for, or $9.7 million for just like barely any stats and him struggling a bit. Sure, he had good defensive stats, and 2 years ago he had that great offensive season, but we're giving him a great fucking prospect that's probably about to explode here in a couple of years. I mean, next year I'm feeling like Vitaly Vishnowsky is just gonna blow up. Like, I mean, that guy should be a nice big player for any team, really. So the way that we're going to go, Vitaly Vishnowsky, Dylan Larkin, a second, third, and a fourth. For that, will that go through? No, it doesn't, so we'll take away the second. Will that go through? They're not keen on trading away the retained salaries. But you guys are fucking rebuilders, so I don't know why you would really give a shit, because you already have so fucking much money. Will that go through? No. So they're probably going to want the full fucking price of Dylan Larkin's salary, which I really, there we go, $1.5 million. I mean, I'll take anything. $1.5 million lowers Dylan Larkin's contract to a reasonable price, I think, in my mind. How much? Yeah, 8.2. That is reasonable for Dylan Larkin. I don't mind having him for the next 2 years on the team. Now, that really solidifies the team, having Dylan Larkin coming into the Quebec Nordiques. We have a for sure fire, great defensive guy who can skate. I mean, look at the speed, 94 speed. He has all that adrenaline being on a new team. And I mean, I'm really excited to have Dylan Larkin to play alongside Taylor Hall and Kasperi Kapanen or whoever we put up there. That is going to be a lethal first line, and I'm excited for that one for years to come. Now we're practically ready to go. Like, legit, we really don't need very much else, just but for a couple depth picks, which we'll spend some pretty big money on. So let's take a look at that first. So what do we need? I think we just legit need two fourth line players, because right now we're all filled up. We got the depth. Kajula, I'm feeling like we're going to try to play him. I love Drake Kajula because he's a Edmonton Oilers boy. But he had a great year in Burnaby. Like, he legit did, and he's not that bad of a playoff performer as you've seen in Burnaby, and also as you see in Edmonton. He scored some pretty big damn goals. So I feel like Drake Kajula is definitely going to be a fourth line player for us this year. None of these guys. I mean, Cole Perfetta, I feel like he's going to be having a year in the AHL. I mean, he fucking just ripped it up in the O as an overager, of course. I'm really excited to have this kid on the team sooner or later as well, joining, of course, Callie Dansk on the team. But we are going to go after some depth picks. I know we need a top 6 defenseman. I did not mean to simulate the game. And we're going to hire a new head coach for the team as well. Practically just going to fire the entire coaching staff. We're going to sign just a bunch of new guys to the team. And that's just, I think that's going to be my game plan with this one. So let's get down here and let's get a nice third line centerman. Dylan Gambrell, that I've heard of his name before, and I heard, that Zach Ashen-Reese is such a good defensive guy. That is one of my first pickups right there. That is a guaranteed pickup for me. He's going to be a nice defensive pickup for the Quebec Nordiques. I think in my mind he should be able to rip shit up down there. And then JT Compher might be another guy that I might look at. He's down 21 points he's kind of dropped down a bit, but I feel like if we put him in a good position, I feel like he can definitely explode into a definitely a good player. Ooh, maybe, you know what? Adam Lowry. I fucking love Adam Lowry because he's such a good, reliable defensive player. He's just perfect for that. Now, I was wondering, maybe I was seeing Dustin Byfuglien, and I'm like, this guy is a playoff performer. He's born for the playoffs. And I mean, that would be a beast pickup for the Quebec Nordiques, because I mean, we could definitely use a big offensive weapon in that defensive core. And I mean, we're looking at an okay defensive core, not the worst, but not the best defensive core in the world. And I mean, if you pick up a Dustin Byfuglien for that top 6 for next year to play alongside a Marco Huntinainen, fuck, that is deadly of a defensive core coming into this year. Right, you have a top pair defenseman with McDonagh and Andrei Univalov. Then you have Haydn Fleury and Jonas Brodin. Maybe even throw Dustin Byfuglien up there for fuck's sakes, right? So I think Dustin Byfuglien might be my guy that I aim for, because that maybe be our one missing tool that we need to win this cup this year and make it back in the playoffs and hopefully stay in a playoff position. So you have a couple guys. You have Kristopher Letang, who's a bit more expensive, and I feel like can be for sure fire tall. I love Letang too. This guy, top 4 pairings. He's not that bad defensively. Better defensively than any of those guys. And he's won so many cups. And this guy's a fucking Canadian French boy. I think, yeah, fuck Dustin Byfuglien. Chris Letang is my man. We're going to go after the good fucking French boy. We're picking him up. We're bringing him in. Fucking rolled my H or whatever the fuck I just did there. We're going to see what type of contract we're going to have to pay him. But, I mean, I really don't give a shit. We're giving this man a contract. 6.750 for Kristopher Letang. Come on into Quebec, motherfucker. And he only wants a no-trade clause, so that's perfect. He just wants to go to a championship team, and that's really it. Also, before we sign the players, we are also going to be signing a head coach to the team. We're going to fire Alexander Days, and we're also going to fire Reese O'Brien, as we're just going to practically go after a whole new core of players and just get everybody new. So let's take a look at this here for a quick second. The coach I was looking at, I mean, there wasn't very many coaches to kind of go after. Did he get fucking picked up? Oh, he fucking did. Fuck me in the ass. God damn it. There was this perfect coach that fucking fit my team perfectly, and he got picked up. Well, we're going to have to go for plan B then. Gilbert Robitaille. He fits the team pretty well. Taylor Hall, Mikael Granlund fits most of the players there. Now, the only downcrease to this guy, he has a great offense, pretty good power play, good PK. But he has a fucking horrible defense and horrible teaching. But, I mean, this is just, we're going to have to deal with what we have. And, I mean, this guy's done a great job there in Nashville. So, I mean, he was my good plan too. And he's just going to have to be that guy for the first little bit. And, I mean, I don't care. We'll sign this guy to the deal. We'll get him to Quebec. He could be our coach for a little bit. We could also just sign a good associate coach that could back us up on that good defensive rating and some good teaching. I mean, that's not a bad guy. But we'll look for somebody that, ooh, that is even better. I like that. Pascal Dusbrou. We will get him. He'll be our associate coach for sure. That fucking fits the team perfectly. Yeah, man, I fucking almost wish he could be our fucking head coach, for Christ's sakes. He looked fucking perfect. NHL associate coach, yes, sirree, Bob. Excuse me, guys. My voice is feeling a little bit shitty. So, Pascal boost player. What do we need now? We need kind of like a power play and penalty kill specialist to kind of like interrogate that part of the thing. So, can we get somebody that's good at both? Or are we just gonna have to pick one? Oh, right there, Jan Panik. He could be our NHL assistant coach. And that our staff is building. Like, I mean, this is gonna be definitely a lot of. Alexander Day is coming back as our AHL head coach. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't mind that. He was a great AHL head coach for our team down there. He developed a lot of our prospects, so I feel like he could definitely be a reliable AHL guy for us. So we'll sign him, and then we'll also sign just one fucking random guy as well. And then we also need two goalie coaches. So he could be our NHL goalie coach. Yeah. And sign him. Got him, and then Univalov. Maybe his fucking dad or some shit. He could go down in the AHL. There we go. That is all looking good to go. 99%. There's only one guy, and he's fucking happy. That's good, boys. Almost 100%. Hell yeah, but we're going to have a bunch of new coaches. Pascal Duplair, he likes the team, so he's going to join. Panic joins the team. Perfect. Alexander Days, he signs on the team again. Law, he will decline. He wants to sign with the team. Ashton Reese signs with the team. Fucking perfect. Robitaille, he's our new head coach for your Quebec Nordiques. And He's already filled up, so it looks like all the positions are filled up. Univolve signs perfect. Fleury, and there's the big money man, Kristopher Letang's coming to the Quebec Nordiques, making us an even more serious team. I mean, we are already looking devastating as it is. It's about to look a lot more exciting, and I am fucking hella excited to get this going for this upcoming season. So we do need an AHL head coach. I don't know why the fucking person retired there. And also, let me just go and grab a quick drink. We'll give her a contract to be our assistant coach. We'll get a woman on the team, make it all even and shit. So our head coach, I mean, he's not looking bad. I'm hoping he could turn this team around this year and we could have a really good season this upcoming year and hopefully make it back in the playoffs is what my goal is this year. Honestly, I think I'm ready to go. I don't think I need to do any more signings or anything. I think we're mostly all ready to go for this upcoming season here, boys. We really don't got to do any more signings. We still got $8.5 million left in the bank, but I mean, we really don't got any more space for any more depth pickups. I mean, unless we really wanted to fill up the team with a bunch of legendary players and just bolster the lineup. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep the team the way that it is. I'm happy with the players that we have. Excuse me. So I think we're good on that part. So let's just move on to sign some depth players. Get some two-way players on the team so we're all filled up on our players and shit like that. So we don't have to worry about that. So Devin Shore, get him on the team. Michael Dacall, get you on the team. Roland McCowan, get all you guys on the team so we don't have to worry about you fuckers when we get to the regular season and shit. So we're just all filled up as it is. Get a couple guys on 2 years. That's not a bad idea. Mackenzie Weegar. I heard this guy's like really fucking good, but I don't know why EA. I guess it's EA. They rank everyone so fucking low. It's kind of bullshit. Like even Ryan Graves, I heard he had a fucking fantastic year as well. But you know EA fucking low overalls for good players. Usually what happens. Sign that. I am fucking super excited to start this new year here, boys. I am fucking pumped. Like, this team is such a serious contender this year. It's not even funny. All the young players that we've been wanting to step into the lineup are stepping in. Like they're starting to explode into our lineup now. It's starting to get a lot more exciting as the days go on. And it's about to fucking get your shit ready here, boys. It's about to be a fun fucking drive here for the Quebec Nordiques coming in to this season. It's gonna be a fun fucking drive, and we're gonna go full into it. Let's just get to the regular season now and start this shit up. I'm not fucking waiting any longer. We've been in the fucking off-season tab here for a bit now, and I'm fucking done. Let's get to this regular season. Get all these depth players hopefully signed to the team mostly. And big trade, Kristopher Letang going to Florida. Vincent Trocheck going to Detroit. Fucking Detroit making some big moves. They picked up Visionovsky and fucking Ooh, Gallagher. Ooh. See, we were thinking about picking up Gallagher a while ago, but no, he's not on our table anymore. I really don't want him. Guys, we're not giving you 2 first-round fucking draft picks for that shit. Ryan Murray would love to have them, but no. Brian Doolin would love to have them, but no, we don't need them. We already have the fucking core that we need. We have Univolve. We got fucking McDonagh. We got Kristopher Letang, for fuck's sakes, to really bolster that shit in. So I feel like we really don't need to worry about this team this year stepping into things. We really don't need to worry about doing any trades and stuff like that. That's a big one. Strom, Slevin, Shore, for Ryan Murray in a third. That's not bad. Dadonov, baby, but we don't need Dadonov right now. We're good. Good old Dadonov. Fucking that Florida series. I gotta say, that Florida series was the most difficult fucking team to make a good team out of. They were such a shitty fucking team for such a goddamn long time, man. Alright, let's set those captains up, baby. So, we got McDonagh as our captain, Hall, Bergeron. I think that's just going to stay the same, honestly. We don't really need to change any of that. Let's get this season started here, boys. Let's get right to that fucking editing lines, getting this season ready. Dylan Larkin, fuck. Dude, man, am I ever excited to make this team a championship team this year. So let's take a look at the forwards. So Patrice Bergeron is still second line player, so we're going to still try to give him second line minutes. And a lot of the guys are second line guys. That's going to be a difficult case to play with the morale and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure we can figure all that shit out. Do we have any guys down there. Profeta, he's still depth, but we're going to keep him in the AHL this year. He could rip it up in the A. And everybody else is looking decent. I think we're all ready to go and build the lineup. So defensively, McDonagh, Univalov, yes. Fleury, Brodin, Letang, yes. Haydn, oh, fuck, he wants to play in the top 4 too. Fuck. Wall is a backup and Soderstrom. Jesus Christ. So we have a couple backups. If you see Saros once again plays like shit this year. Actually, he did not that bad last year. So let's get right on the editing of the lineups. I mean, we really didn't. We'll call up a depth defenseman for the team. But for right now, we're just going to edit the lineups. Get all the shit ready. So they want it kind of like that. But I don't want it like that. So I want Kelly Dance in top. Not Dubé, Kapanen in the top. That's what I want for the top. So Cali Dance gets a 3+. What about Kapanen? Kapanen gets this top 3 boost. How about Yamamoto? Yamamoto doesn't do bad on the first line. See, this is really tough because Guryanov wants to play on the second line, but Yamamoto's still a depth player. But if we really want to make him good, but I mean, fuck. We want to play the best players right now, and I feel like Yamamoto, that's a good line. I feel like that should be a fun line, but we really don't have a goal scorer on that line. Yeah, fuck. We're going to have to play Guryanov up in that top if we want a +3 rating. Unless we do that, we take Guryanov off and we put Yamamoto there. And we have Kapanen, Granlund, and Yamamoto. Dubé, Bergeron, Guryanov. That gives us that third line boost of a sniper. I know Guryanov could jump up too, boys. I know he's a fucking great player as well, and he's great on every line. Yamamoto is really good on the second line, but not as great as every line like Guryanov. I feel like, you know what? I like Guryanov for one thing, and that is because he can still get out there. He's a low elite. I love Yamamoto, but this guy could be a lethal goal scorer for a long time to come for the Quebec Nordiques. Yamamoto can be a great player, but for right now, the way that we're going to build this team out to be right now is Cali Dansk, Larkin, Taylor Hall, Kasperi Kapanen, Mikael Granlund, Guryanov, Yamamoto, Bergeron, Dubé, Kajula, not Michael Dahl. We want Adam Lowry, Zach Ashen Reese. Defensively, we want McDonagh Univalov. We want Huntinainen. Fuck. Which line works? Because we want Huntinainen to develop, so we're going to have to play him there. And Letang and Brodin together. And Haydn Fleury, Marco, Huntinainen, Univalov, and McDonagh. That is the way that's going to go. The power play now. Let's get this all organized. We want our best players on this fucking power play. So him there. Cali Dance up top. Not Haydn Fleury. Haydn Fleury is not offensive enough in my mind to be our fucking top guy there. So I want Kristopher Letang there because I know he can fucking get us some points going. And McDonagh as well. So Bergeron. I don't want Bergeron there. I want Yamamoto. Yeah, I want Yamamoto to cycle the puck for these guys to help him out. Bergeron, Granlund, Kapanen. We want Guryanov in that one time. And then we want Kapanen also in that one time. Bergeron with Letang. Letang over there for the one time. Granlund, there we go. Four-man, I want Cali Dance up there instead. McDonagh up there. Kristopher Letang in. There we go. Guryanov, Bergeron. This is where he's kind of weak, is the power play, I think it was. Yeah, Bergeron, I want Bergeron to be the main guy. Dubé, yes. Dylan Larkin is very good defensively. Fucking hella good defensively, so we're definitely going to be using that to our ability with how good he is. Bergeron, Dubé, yeah, I'm fine with that. And I think we're all ready to go here, boys. All ready to go for another season here with the Quebec Nordiques. We're all ready to go, and let's get this shit started. We're not waiting any longer. The Quebec Nordiques are fully loaded up with a fucking full line of developed prospects. Dance, Yamamoto, Guryanov. This is a young team this year, and I have full confidence, and I feel like we could bring home this cup this year. We have a lot of Quebec homegrown boys, Letang, Bergeron. This team is just fucking breathing the Quebec people right now, guys. We're fucking feeling the power. So we do need to send down a guy. Michael Dahl could be the guy that we're going to take down into the AHL. And we're going to call up a defenseman for the team. So let's get this season underway. Actually, one more fucking moment. We got to edit the lineups in the AHL as well. So Noah Gunler, I want you playing some fucking hard minutes, buddy. Cole Perfetta, where the fuck is he at? Is he still in the OHL? Yes, he is. He's still in the OHL. Okay. So we do not have to worry about that, man. Defensively, we don't got any defensemen, so we're all good to go anyways. Let's get the season underway here, man. We're not waiting any fucking longer. The Quebec Nordiques the fans are waiting for another good season. They have hired a new head coach in Robitaille. This is a big season for the team. All right, Gilbert Robitaille, new head coach, new big player in fucking Dylan Larkin. This team is looking explosive. This team is looking as good as it ever been. I mean, this is the strongest team of the Quebec Nordiques. A lot of developing prospects have been booming. It's a deep fucking team this year from first line all the way down to the fourth line. And that same goes for the defensive core. I feel like we could be one of the best teams in the NHL this year with just the amount of fucking players we have. So let's go at it and let's hammer into the seasons. We lose in shootout, but then we get a big win against Philly, and then we just destroy the Maple Leafs. My lord, we just fucking smashed them out of the park, man. Jesus Christ. UC Saros already gets a concussion, but do not worry. We have like fucking 4 HL backups, baby. Joseph Wall, holy shit, they're both doing fucking hella good. We're gonna call up Soderstrom because he's doing a little bit better than Wall. Oh, excuse me, Wall. I'm fucking having a little bit of burps. So let's get this shit underway. We gotta fucking get a little bit on track here, boys. We're losing a couple games here, man. We're struggling a bit. Binnington, you gotta get your shit in gear, buddy. Gotta get some big wins for us, man. We need those. Berkey, get in there, buddy. So Joseph Wall, you can start playing some big games down in the NHL. I want to speak about ice time. Bergeron, you're only here for one last year, okay? I know you don't like the line that you're on, but I need you to be that big team player, that big leader for this team right now. You're developing a lot of those young guys, and that's what I need you to do, okay? I need you to play some good hockey for me, buddy. That's all I need you to do this year. Is play me some big hockey, and I will fucking give you that ice time whenever I can. Just trust in me. So UC Saros is back from injury. We will send Soderstrom back down to the AHL. Did not mean go into the system already. Soderstrom down there. Please don't get picked up. He does not. Perfect. Let's get him in the AHL lineup for the goaltending. So he can start playing there again. Keep happy and keep his morale good and going. All right, boys. We got to get a couple wins going right now. I know we got a new coach, new system. We just got to get those gears grinding right now. All right, boys. Get a couple wins underneath you. Yeah, that's all we need right now, all right? And we're starting to get some points. We're starting to get those gears grinding, but we need to get above that 500 range here soon. We need to change that this month. And we're not looking good as we get 2 more games coming up before I got to change up the lineups when we win those 2 big games. Okay, nice. But that's not really enough. I don't think that's really enough to help this team out really change. So let's take a look here. I mean, lineups, we're not doing that bad. We might actually be able to turn our shit around. Hall, Larkin, Dansk is having a great year. Bergeron, where's our other line there? Ooh, fucking Granlund and Kapanen are all the way fucking down there. Okay, that line needs to change. The second line is just fucking terrible. Fuck. It's so bad, man. Jesus. What the fuck happened? I think we do need to change a little bit here. I like the first line, though. I really want to keep the first line together. So I think Kapanen might... Yeah, I think Kapanen's going to go back down there with Bergeron, Yamamoto, Granlund, and fucking Guryanov. I like that. I think that can work perfectly. And I think that's the way that we're going to go. So we're going to get up to December, or up to... Yeah, we're going to get up to New Year's, and then we'll end the video here because I'm kind of starting to die. My leg's starting to kill me because I'm in a knocker position right now. So we will get ourselves up to the ending of the season, and then we'll call her quits. But do not worry, we're going to pick it right back up where we had it in the last episode. It was a big video today. I wanted to treat you guys a bit and have a big episode for you guys today and bring back the Quebec Nordiques. Granlund, you got to play better, buddy. We need you. I'm pretty sure I don't even know if you're playing good or not, but hey, at least you took the confidence boost that I gave you. Scotty Harrington, no, you can fuck off, buddy. Quebec, or Winnipeg, I mean. Kapanen, I'm sorry how I'm playing out there, buddy. You gotta fucking play better, man. You were a big player for us the last couple of years. We need you again this year, okay? Alright, boys, come on. Let's continue the W's piling in for the Quebec Nordiques. Come on, boys. Big loss there against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Big win there against the Minnesota Wild. When we win, man, we score in fucking piles, man. We really do. We just throw those pucks into the net. Oh, I forgot to check the defensive pairings. If all the defensive pairings are working and stuff, we should check that out before I keep on simulating. I mean, we're first place in the division, so I mean, and Taylor Hall is a fucking above a point per game. Holy shit. He's just destroying shit right now. McDonagh Unival playing great. Fleury. Haydn's playing great. Brodin, yeah, our defense scores are perfect. They are looking fantastic. So let's get to the end of December as we're already first place in the Atlantic Division, ladies and gents. We're not just that bottom feeder team where we're just about to be in the playoffs. We're first place in the fucking division. Man, is this ever a good place to be for the boys. Such a nice place. As we're piling in the victories, Patrice Bergeron's out of the lineup. I mean, we're first place in the fucking division. Doesn't look like I give a shit. Come on, boys. Holy shit, man. This has been a good fucking season for the boys. Tanev, Felino, no, we really don't need any motherfuckers. I don't want to wreck this team that we got going here in Quebec. It was bad last year. We weren't able to get the players that we needed, and we weren't able to get that first line playmaker that we wanted, and Philip Forsberg. And I mean, this team has worked out perfectly for us. All the shit that went bad is turning into the good as we're 22-11-3. What a season, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Dylan Larkin in 36 games. This motherfucker has 52 points. That first line is deadly. Cali Dansk is the next big fucking thing in the NHL as Quebec Nordiques. One of the best goals for per game. Second best defensively. Power play is just deadly this year. PK. The PK is second best in the division. Holy shit. Quebec Nordiques are one of the best teams in the NHL this year, boys. Alright, so let's take a look at everything. Dylan Larkin, 52. Look at Cali fucking Dance. His first NHL year, he already has 19 goals, 11 assists, and 30 points. He has a point per game average. Taylor Hall, he has 47 points this year. He's having a great season this year, man. He's fucking loving her. Guryanov, Yamamoto. Depth-wise, I mean, we're not getting very, but I mean, we're getting points from everybody this year. I mean, Granlund's having another kind of bad year for the team, and he's been struggling. I think this is one of the guys that I think we're making a trade deadline move. Granlund is the guy that we get rid of. He has 1 year left on his contract. He's not doing his greatest. I feel like that's one guy that we need to move and get rid of is him. And I wouldn't mind picking up an offensive defenseman, to be completely honest with you. I would not mind doing that. That could help us out a lot there. And Binnington, perfect goaltender, perfect season already for Binnington. But for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching. In the next video, we're going to simulate through trade deadline, probably make a couple moves, and then we're going to get right to the playoffs. Do not worry, we're not going to wait anything for that one. Remember, guys, I've been gone for a while, and I'm going to be here for all your coronavirus needs, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.